see ganja popping in here. You know how to do it. It's like one and some change right now. Just wanted to go live, come out here, smoke some good weed. Been smoking the shit out of this grape 8, man. This shit is some fire, man. Super dang. But I just wanted to come on here and see what's up. If anybody's on here, shout out to the Night Owls, man. Where you guys at? I'm just enjoying myself, man. Everybody fell asleep. I just been up watching that Chris Rock special, man. Is anybody watching that shit? That Netflix live special they got, which is cool, man. Like, I like stand up, and Chris Rock is definitely like one of the goats. But I feel like it just wasn't as funny as like some of his other ones. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I just wasn't like, I didn't find myself laughing at too much. You know, just kind of like a, just if anything. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that like, you know, it wasn't good, but I don't know. It's just something about comedy to me. Like, now that I'm older, like I just feel like it's corny. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I was just watching that shit. Yeah, like some of the funnier ones that I've seen before. You know, from back in the days. Especially like the George Lopez ones and shit like that. But anyways, man, what's up with you guys? If you guys are in here, say what's up. Let me know if you're smoking, man. Let me know what you're smoking on. Like I said, this grape bake that I got, man, it's fire, man. Just a good flavor, good smell. The potency is good. Like the pressure, like the body buzz, all that shit is good. And it doesn't take a lot. Like I could smoke half a blunt and be good, you know. But I just been like indulging, you know, and enjoying myself. Today was a laid back day. Didn't really do too much. But you know, I always look forward to these live sessions at the end of the day. So yeah, man, just be chilling, you know. Right now I'm in the car hotboxing and shit, just because it's been real chilly at night, you know. And I've been doing good, man. I haven't got sick in a while. I'm not trying to get sick. I don't got time for that shit. I know you guys feel me. I do notice that when I hotbox though, it makes me cough more. Just, you know, all the smoking shit on top of smoking. It's just a lot of smoke. So yeah, that shit makes me cough a little bit. But for the most part, this shit right here is pretty good, man. It's pretty smooth. So expect to see me kind of wrecked tonight, because this is the first one, and I got a couple more to go. Just in case it gets live, man. If it gets boring, you know, I'll probably get out of here and just fucking, you know, get on TikTok or some shit. I want to start going live on Twitch, but I'm just trying to build like an audience. You know what I'm saying? Like I need more of you guys to go follow me on that shit, so that when I do go live, I feel like I got some company, you know, and I'm just not talking to myself and shit. Cause I'm kind of used to that over here. You know, sometimes I go live. It kind of depends really on what time of the day it is. I do find that when I go live during the day, or even like earlier into the night, like around like 6 or 7 or 8, I find that like more of you guys are available and you guys pop in and shit. But when I go live like around this time, it's a little more quiet. And it's all good. Like it don't make no difference to me. It's nice to interact though, you know. I say some shit, you guys respond, drop a comment, and I just kind of like feed off of that, and it kind of just keeps it going. It just helps it like go smooth, you know. But when I gotta sit here and just think and then talk, like it gets a little like sometimes I don't got shit to say, like really, you know. And I'm not sitting here writing no fucking script or anything like that. Some people do that, and I'm pretty sure it's helpful. But for me, I just like to get on here and just fucking just talk, you know, like fuck it. Even if it's some shit that like, you know, like don't even matter, man. It's just the fact that I can come on here and just kind of like vent. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. I appreciate you guys. You guys really come in clutch, like especially when the ones that come in here like around this time, you know. 'Cause sometimes I'm like, all right, it might be quiet tonight, whatever. Like I just film the video and they'll catch me later. But some of you guys pop in here and you end up keeping me company, man. And that's why I just keep coming back doing my thing because there's a lot of cool people on here. You know, I find that I meet more cool people on here than I do in real life, man. Because in real life, people are just, you know, people are people, man. So you kind of get like mixed crowds. You know what I'm saying? Some people are pleasant, some people are not. Some people are like, you know, it just depends. Because at the same time, we're a bunch of moody ass creatures out here in this world. Sometimes, you know, I'll be having a good day and I'm like friendly and shit, but sometimes I'm just more like, you know, to myself and kind of just like focused and not really fucking engaging with anybody unless I have to. Which is kind of like how I am naturally though. You know, I'm not really like a loud, like, hey, like I'm not really big on attention like that. You know, I'm more laid back and I like to just kind of observe and shit. You know what I'm saying? And if it's something that kind of interests me or whatever, I'll engage. You know, or if somebody talks to me, I'm not like shut down or anything. I won't shut you out. But yeah, like I'm cordial, you know? And I'm not really big on small talk. I mentioned that before. I don't know, I just don't like it, man. It's like awkward and, you know, I don't know. I like to keep it simple, you know, like, hey, how you doing? Cool, you know. And that's it. We don't gotta be like, so, you know, and then you start asking questions and shit. It's just like, I don't want to sit here and tell this person who I am within like a 5 minute span. Like, but don't get me wrong though. Like, I'm not an asshole either. Like, I'm saying that to you guys, but I would never like come off like that to somebody that's trying to talk to me. You know, because I'm real like I hate when people make me feel awkward or make me feel weird for saying something to them. You know, like you ever say hello to somebody and they just kind of like give you a dry ass response and you're just like, man, like why did I even say anything? You know, like see, man, that's why I'm not nice to people. Cause man, like you really gotta go out of your way to be cordial to people nowadays. You know, people are so reserved, and it's not even because like it's a natural thing. You know, it's like people are so used to engaging like online or you know via fucking TikTok and Snapchat and Instagram and texting and shit like that. Like keep it real. How many of you guys actually talk on the phone though? You know, and I'm not talking about like bill collectors or you know calling the fucking fast food joint to put an order in or I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about how many of you guys actually call. And I'm not talking about your mom either. Like friends and shit. Like, you know, not a lot of you. It's texting is dominant. G like people text before they leave a fucking voicemail. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy. You go to restaurants and shit, people are not even talking to each other. They're just on their phones. You know, people are out amusement park, traveling, restaurants. They're not even fucking in the moment. They're behind the screen in the moment. You know what I'm saying? Like everything is like this. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy to see, man, because I come from the '90s before shit got really going as far as like you know cell phones and shit like that. Cause I remember, man, when I was young, man, like I used to live with my mom a lot. My dad was always around, like you know, within like a, you know, he was always close enough, but I never really like had a bond with that dude because he moved out when I was young or whatever. But it came to a point when I was in like middle school, and I ended up going to stay with him. And he got me a cell phone, and it was one of the little Motorola ones that looked like a, excuse me, it was like the one that was like this, and then it had the little antenna at the top. It wasn't a flip; it was just like a solid phone. You know what I'm saying? And it lit up blue, and I thought I was the shit, man, because I was in middle school and not everybody had a fucking cell phone, you know. So yeah, man, but I remember I used to have to wait till like I think like after 7 or some shit like that to get my free minutes. You know. But yeah, man, shit. I remember when texting was fucking passing notes to each other and shit. Passing period at school. You know that little 10-minute gap to get to your class or whatever. People would link up real quick. You would just see huddles everywhere, huddles, groups. You know what I mean? I don't know what it's like in school nowadays when everybody's just like this. You know what I mean? It's crazy, man. It's crazy how addicting it is to be on your phone. Because I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm not on my phone and shit. You know, I'm definitely like on TikTok and fucking watching YouTube shorts and shit, or watching videos or podcasts or some shit like that. And I mean, shit. Like, I'd rather be on my phone than watch TV because it's like whatever I want to see, I can just type and watch it right then and there, you know? So I get it, but it's like some people just overdo it, you know? Like, some people just at every moment, it's like if you don't post something and get likes, you don't feel like satisfied. You don't feel like seen. You know what I mean? That's real shit, man. People need affirmation, and that comes in a lot of different forms. You know, some people need words of affirmation. Some people need likes. Some people need gifts. You know, like shit like that, man. And I mean, yeah, you know, when I post shit, when I put up any content, you know, I look forward to getting some feedback. You know, and when you do something like when you post something that starts to get like a lot more likes than usual, that shit is pretty like, you know, like cool, damn, okay. It's motivating, you know. I get it. It makes you feel good to get a like and shit, even though it don't really fucking matter. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're doing numbers, you know, and you can start like monetizing and shit, getting paid for it. But yeah, man, just like today, 2023, like shit is real different than it was back when I was young. You know, I'm just like, man. And even the way these youngsters look, you know what I'm saying? Or like the shit that they can see, like, you know, like these kids are grown because they're like so exposed to like adult shit, you know, especially on like social media like TikTok. You can scroll through and just see all kind of different videos, man, ranging from like, you know, raunchiness to fucking like crude humor, you know, like dirty jokes, dirty, like, you know what I'm saying? Like there's just a lot of inappropriate shit that's so easily like accessible to kids. And like, yeah, man, when my son gets older, man, I'm not gonna let him get a phone till like, you know, fuck you need a phone for in school. Shit, you better go to the office and call me if you need anything. But I mean, at the same time though, like you want your kids to be able to call you in case of an emergency, you know. So like, I like the idea of like the Apple Watches and shit. I think those are cool because like, you know, you never know, man. You need to know where your kid is like at all times. Period. You know, especially when they start going to school and shit, like, and you're away from them. Like, it's important, man, to, you know, because sometimes teachers could be assholes. Like, I remember, you know, people need to realize we used to be in school at some point, you know, and we know how it was. Like, some of these teachers were fucking assholes, you know what I'm saying? And, yeah, man, like, I remember being like, I forget if it was like elementary school. I think it was like, it had to be like, yeah, bro, like some point in elementary. I remember telling my mom one time, like, yeah, man, I had to use the restroom. Like bad, but my teacher wouldn't let me go. So I was in there pissed, you know. It's not like I pissed on myself or some shit. But I remember when I told her that shit, she got mad. She was like, oh hell no, what the fuck? She was like, I remember her going to the school with me and telling the principal, like, if my son needs to use the restroom, he should be able to get up and go to the restroom. He shouldn't have to fucking ask for permission. You know? they try to explain is like, well, you know, sometimes the kids want to just get out the class, you know, which is true, you know, like shit. How many times did you really have to go pee when you asked to go to the restroom? You know what I'm saying? Hell no, you just wanted to walk the halls, walk by classes, see somebody you know, be like, you know, just to kill time, you know. But when you're a parent, like you don't want nobody fucking denying your child is like, you know, that type of shit. Cause like I said, teachers could be assholes, man. So you also got to keep that in mind. So yeah, if your child has an issue and they want to let you know, they should be able to let you know. Period. You know, that's how I feel about that. But yeah, man. I just trip out, especially like the computers and shit. Like I remember the fucking Macintosh back in the day. You know, in elementary school computer class. You know what I'm saying? Fucking Reader Rabbit and programs like, you know, you guys remember that shit? Is there anybody from the 90s around here, man? And it was like, it was the white standard fucking like Macintosh with the fucking tower that it sat on top of, and it had like little floppy disk ports in it and shit. Like that's what I'm talking about. And then it got to like the colorful ones. You know, you remember the box? It had like it kind of looked like an oval, and it was colored. Those Macs, man, bro, nostalgia, man. Sometimes like I see videos that people put together like pictures of shit from back in the 90s, and it's real fucking nostalgic for real. Like it takes you back to a moment sometimes, you know? Like especially, you know what really hits home for me, man, when I see old pictures of like Blockbuster and shit. Cause I remember, man, I used to be lit. Like every weekend just popping up at Blockbuster. My mom being like, you know, you could get a movie, you could get a game, and I would be like, damn, like it was about to be a lit night, you know? And then you would get like free popcorn, free candy, and you rent so many movies and shit. So yeah, bro, I remember them days, and I just like I would love to have that experience with my kid, you know, taking them to Blockbuster and making movies and shit, you know? Now you just find it on fucking Netflix or something, you know? Shit is real convenient. I mean, I'll give it that, but it's like the whole experience thing, you know, the classic shit. And I think they still got a Blockbuster that's open somewhere, right? I seen a video or some shit like that. But like, I'll be up in there, shit. Like, what you guys got? Yeah, you don't see too many movie stores nowadays. You remember? Shit, we used to go to Blockbuster, Hollywood Video, fucking Mr. Video was one. Yeah, just seeing shit like that really trips me out though, you know? Shit that takes you back like that. What else though? There's a whole lot of other shit that I've seen. Like pictures of being in school, like, you know, watching movies on the TV that was on that cart, you know? Or the projectors, you know, where they wrote with like a black marker and it was like glass and it would reflect. You know what I'm saying? That kind of shit. Yeah, I miss them days, man. I miss them days. Shit, we had the best cartoons. I got a list, man, that I used to watch. Like one of my favorite ones was like fucking. It just depends on the period of time, though, you know. But like my earliest memories of watching shit was like Tailspin, Darkwing Duck, Bonkers, Gargoyles, the X-Men series. You know, the that shit used to be lit. Fucking Transformers. You remember that shit? The Beast Wars. That shit used to be lit too. Rugrats. Yeah, man, like a whole list. You know, I don't really care for like the new shit nowadays, as far as like cartoons and shit. It just seem like comedy nowadays just seems like they're trying too hard. Like that's legit how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Like it just don't really grasp me like that. Every now and again though, there's some funny shit. Like I really fuck with like Seth Rogen and James Franco and Jonah Hill. Jonah Hill seems like a fucking like snobby dude though, you know. And I know I get it though because he used to be real heavy, you know, and he used to get made fun of. So like, I remember he was on this talk show and the dude told him like, "Wow, you smell really good, man," and that I'm surprised. Like that's surprising. And he was just like, "What do you mean that's surprised?" Like he got real butthurt off of that shit. And then another one, he was on a podcast or some shit, I think. And he told him, do you feel like people thought you were funnier when you were fat? You know what I'm saying? And he was like, he just seems like I don't know. Like I said, I get it. Like if people are like trying to say some slick shit, like it's hard not to get offended and like be like, what? You know? But I remember him saying like he's not into like Marvel and shit like that because it's fake. Like he can't really get into it. I'm like, shut up, man. Like everybody has a fucking imagination. I hate people that are like too realistic. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that's fake. Like I can't get into that. You know, like what? Like, don't you have like what if, imagine if, like, did you used to like, you remember being young and being like, hey, imagine if so and so, like, whatever, whatever, whatever. Like, yeah, you gotta like, that's like the best part of fucking, like, just letting your mind go and just think like, what if, imagine, you know what I'm saying? Some people are just too like, oh, like, nah, like, I'm not into that kind of shit. It's too fake for me. Chill out, bro. Stop taking life so serious. I mean, you can't win, you can't please everybody, but shit. Some people are real closed minded. Like they think they're too good or shit is beneath them. Yeah, man, I'm like, sometimes I'll even throw on the old cartoon and shit and just watch it just because it takes me back. And I'm like, dang, this is what I used to be into. And I'm just sitting there watching it, thinking of my childhood, like self, sitting there watching it too, just not even catching the little slick shit. Because a lot of them cartoons used to have like adult humor in them, and we just never caught it because we were too little to understand. But like, if you've ever put on anything you used to watch like nowadays, you're like, oh shit, like I didn't catch that when I was little. You know? Hey, what's this bullshit they're talking about Disneyland? Like Disney. I guess Mickey Mouse is not gonna be like the mascot of Disney anymore. It's supposed to be some fucking imagination dragon or some shit, some purple dragon. Is that like legit? Like I seen that somewhere on a video or some shit. Because of like copyright, some copyright shit. And I'm like, what? Like, what's Disney without Mickey Mouse, bro? Come on now. Like, you're gonna upset a lot of people with that shit. But who gives a fuck, right? It's all about the dollar at the end of the day. But yeah, I thought that was crazy. Like, what the fuck? Hey, there's a store over here where I live at. I know you guys are familiar with it. It's Bed Bath and Beyond. They're shutting that shit down over here, and I'm tripping out. Like, damn, I kind of like that store, but like, I think about it, and I'm like, wait. Every time I've ever gone in Bed Bath and Beyond, like, there's never like many people in there. Like, it's always probably just like, like a handful of people. It's never packed out. And I'm just like, damn. And shit ain't even really like a good deal over there either. Like they don't really got good sales over there. Fucking candles go for like, the good ones be like 50, $60. But I'm just like, damn, I like that store though. They got a lot of cool shit, man. But yeah, I was tripping out, man. They're building a Dutch Bros over here. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that shit. It's like another coffee chain. You know what I'm saying? Apparently, they're like better than Starbucks because my wife, she's on their shit. She's like, I can't wait for them to open that up. Like, you know, because the one that's closest to us right now, before that one opened, started to like, you know, open up and shit. It's not open yet, but it's like a good 20-minute drive, 15-minute drive. You know what I'm saying? And I remember she got a big ass coffee one time. That shit was like this tall, bro. No lie. And it was fat. I was like, what the fuck? And she was like, yeah, like they give you a lot. She couldn't even drink that shit, bro. But I was like, damn, because Starbucks, man, they rip you off, bro. Starbucks is a rip, man. Sorry, I know there's a lot of Starbucks lovers out there, but this shit is so overrated. Like, really, it's just the logo. It's another brand. Like, people just like shit because of the brand, because it's trendy. You know what I'm saying? People like it, so they want to be a part of it. Fucking bandwagoners, followers, you know what I'm saying? But, I mean, anything I've ever had from them, you know, from like Frappuccinos to like, you know, like some kind of like hot drink, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not really big on Starbucks, but it's always big because of my wife. So I'll just kind of get something just because, but should be nasty, man. And like their menu is like, they got a few options and shit, but people don't really fuck with the menu. People come in with like scientific experiments and shit. They'll be like, let me get 2 pumps of this, a pinch of this, let me get a little bit of that, a little bit of this, you know, sprinkle some of this at the, like, people come in with a whole list of shit. I'm like, man, what the fuck? I'm just the type of dude to look at the menu, be like, let me get that, you know? And I've had a problem with their ass for a long time because me, I've always liked to get the green tea frappuccino with banana in it. And man, I promise you, probably like 8 times out of 10, they would always tell me, "Oh, we don't got bananas. We don't got bananas." Like, what the fuck? Well, go get some then. The fuck? Like, I remember there was this one that was right next door to this grocery store. They were like, "We don't got bananas." Like, what the fuck? Well, go get some real quick. I could wait. Shit, I'll go get it for you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Starbucks is overrated, man. But I could give a fuck because I'm not a coffee person at all. And I remember people telling me like, man, watch when you get older, man, you're gonna be into coffee for sure. Hell no. I'm in my 30s already, so I'm like not even. I'm figured by now I would already be on coffee, but like I don't like it. It don't really do nothing for me. And then like the aftertaste is nasty. A lot of times it makes me have to like use the restroom. Like me, my kind of breakfast, like to get my day started, it's not an energy drink. It's not fucking coffee. It's not caffeine, bro. Like for me, just to have something good to eat. And like for me, it has to be quick and convenient. So a lot of times it's like a like egg and cheese, like croissant, or like a breakfast sandwich, or a BLT, or a muffin, or some shit. You know, maybe even what's that shit called again? Core Power. It was like chocolate protein drinks and shit. Those are fire. Those are like my favorite. Cause I used to be on Boost and you know muscle milks and shit like that. But yeah, man, I just need something good to eat. Fuck a energy drink. Or you know, I'm not into that. I'm high as hell though, fam. We're 3 blunts in right now, and I'm faded. Definitely on 10. And like I said, this grape ape is fire, man. It really is. It's heavy. Like the pressure I'm feeling right now is wonderful. The body buzz is beautiful. The smell is It's got like a sweet berry floral kind of vibe to it. So it's just like, man, I'm enjoying this shit. It's definitely like it's very peaceful, relaxing. This strain. People be like, why do you smoke weed, right? And it's like, what do you say? Like, we all got our reasons. For me, it just like it keeps me calm, cool, collected, unbothered. I don't really feel for it because I smoke it so much, like I don't even really think about it no more. You know? If I want to smoke, I just smoke. If not, then I'll just wait. I'm never like, oh, I gotta smoke. Never been that dude. If I do say that, it's probably because I'm bored, and it'd be so much better if I was wrecked right now because like I can enjoy this shit. Like no lie, when you're off a good strain, like you could be doing the most boring shit, but you're cool because of the way you feel. And that's why I smoke. Some people lie, be like, oh, like I can't sleep, my back. I don't have an appetite. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Just say you like to be high, period. People like to be like victims and shit. And justify, like, and lie and shit. Like, calm down. Like, you like to just be high. Just keep it 100. They be like, smoking weed is good for inflammation. Like, shut the fuck up, man. Sometimes, like, I remember one time I hurt my Achilles heel, and I had a lump on that shit, man, and it was painful to walk on it. And I was smoking mad weed, man, and that shit didn't make that shit feel no better. I kind of just forgot about it for a second. I'm not gonna lie, it does help a little bit. Your body just feels not so focused on the pain. You just kind of start to like forget about it and just kind of like enjoy the vibe. But at the end of the day, you still feel that shit. Like you can't tell me that there's a strain out there that's gonna really like take the pain away. Like get the fuck out of here. Maybe like what do you call that shit? Like an ointment. Maybe like if it was like some kind of infused ointment or some shit that you rub into the muscle, the skin, shit. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. But you can't sit here and tell me that you smoked a blunt and now you don't feel no pain. Like relax, chill. But yeah, man, grape vape is that shit, man. If you guys haven't had it before, you need to try it. It's like definitely a flavorful strain. It's sweet. It's got like berry vibes to it, and it hits, man. It's a heavy strain, and it's smooth. I love a strain that don't make me cough so damn much. You know what I'm saying? Because I've had strains that like fuck, like every hit is a cough. Yeah. And it's sad when you get weed like that. That means the person that was growing that shit did not give a fuck. Some people just want to get shit out. They don't really care. Easiest way possible, just whatever's quick. That's when you get some trash weed, man. People don't care about it. Because when you do give a fuck and you give it some TLC, man, that's like the best weed you ever had, dude. Like straight up. Anybody who's ever grown their own shit knows what I'm talking about. Like, you've had good weed before until you grow your own shit and then you fucking dry it and smoke it and it's fresh and sticky and terpy and like it's just the best experience, dude. Because a lot of times the weed that we get from like these dispensaries and shit or whatever connect you get, it's always like dry, like dried out. And I don't care if it's still like sticky and shit. I'm talking about like it's already dried out. Like it's been sitting around. Like I'm talking like fresh after you cut it, hang it, dry it. As soon as you get it to where you like it, you spark that shit up. That's as fresh as it gets, and it's so different, compared to some shit that's been like, sitting there, drying out. You can do what you want to like preserve it, but at the end of the day, it's cut and it's drying out. So because I get good deals, man. And sometimes every now and again, people want to come in here and say some slick shit like, "Oh, that's probably trash weed." Like that's how I know that's like, shut up, bro. Like even the shit you're smoking on is dry. Like get the fuck out of here, man. Unless you cut that shit, dry that shit, you can't tell me that you got the fresh shit. You know? Unless you got a plug that grows their own shit and you get it like right when it's ready. You know? Anyways, man. I'm ready to wrap this video up. Go in the house and watch this John Jones fight versus Cyril Gagne or Gain or however you say his name. So yeah, peace and love to you guys. To the homies that are gonna catch me later, man. Where you guys at, man? But anyways, peace and love.